It's an honor. Dory, YWCA, I understand the number 2 gentleman to be recognized. That's a real honor. Thank you, Julie. Mentoring to me is a function of leadership, and you don't get to be successful without a lot of people helping you. And I had mentors early in my career. Being a woman or being a minority, when you say you want a business world, you need people to help you just navigate. How do you go to your first business dinner? How do you show up to your first board meeting? How do you give your first presentation? How do you handle yourself? I had folks that really helped me that way. I see mentoring as a way of giving back in a real life way, because you're helping people that want to help themselves. And I am in the dream business. And our company, we're a Chicago-based company, and one of our motifs, if we go around the world, we take Chicago with us very proudly. But being in Chicago, to me, is putting your money where your mouth is. And I'm the CEO and chairman of my company, and you can't say you believe in diversity if you don't do that. So we were a private company, became public, and we had to reshape the board. And I asked Jenny Clark to help me. And out of 8 board members, we have 3 are women, 2 African-American women, very powerful women. And it was amazing when Jenny presented us with a list of candidates, 20 candidates. You could always hear there's never people, can't do this, can't do that. And it was just an amazing list of women. And you're like, wow, who would have known? And fortunately, 2 of them decided. When I first came to the company 7 years ago, we had an excellent management team, but we only had 1 woman on the C-suite, and that was Nancy, who's head of our people. And it was a lonely discussion. You had 6, 7 guys sitting around the table talking about issues that relate to moms and families and how they make decisions around food. And Nancy would say something that could get drowned out by the guys. Fast forward, 6 years later, and 4 out of 7 are female, and in real roles. Head of people, head of development, all our new store operations by Ann, marketing is Sherry, and then the number 2 job in the company is Julie, and she runs all our operations. She got promoted in May. To me, it's not a choice or either or, it's the power of the and, because you can't elevate at the expense of another group. And my job is to show that if you help folks and you let the results talk, and you put process in place that demands excellence and meritocracy, the best and the cream rise to the top. And that's my view. We have a long way to go in this society. I'm a living example of what's possible as an American dream. I pinch myself, being born in Houston, Texas in the 50s and growing up in Houston. I had no right to expect the life I've lived, but like I said, I've had tremendous help along the way. When I think about my love and affection and respect for women, I would be remiss if I didn't say I was raised in a household of a strong mom and 2 strong sisters. And those early examples and early lessons I think about daily. So I really appreciate this award. I think Dory is a tremendous force, positive, not only for her organization, but for this community. She's the most well-connected person I know. And what I really appreciate about her, with the size of her Rolodex, she handles everything with such a level head and such a kind heart. And I think the Y is very privileged to have her as a very innovative and very creative and very dynamic leadership. As an example for all leaders, whether non-profit or profit, of how do you make real change and make a real difference when it's not obvious and when it's not expected. So thank you for the award. I really appreciate it, and I will continue to try to earn the right to have the award.